All right, so last we checked, we had gotten this far with the triangle. So if you notice, I drew the triangle over again because I want to show you something. If I take all the measurements I have here and I just multiply all the side lengths by 2, well, instead of x, that would be a 2x. Instead of x divided by 2, well, that's just x. Instead of x radical 3 divided by 2, double it, x radical 3. So either way, these relationship between the sides are the same as these relationships between the sides. It's just a matter of what you find easier to do. I personally like the purple better because I like purple better. So let's talk about how these problems can kind of look. So let's say you're given another 30, 60, 90 triangle, but here's how they let you know. If this is, I don't know, 2 radical 2, and this is, 4 radical 2. Wow, I just said 4. And we're trying to figure out this missing side. Well, I can tell you that these angles would have to be 60 and 30 respectively. Why? Well, the ratio between the smallest side and the larger side is a 1-to-2 ratio. This side, if I double it, gets me that. This side, if I cut this in half, it would get me that as well. That's the power of the 30, 60, 90 and recognizing that we have that pattern to work with. So, what do? Well, if I know what x is, this other side, the one across the 60-degree angle, would just be whatever this side length is at the bottom across the opposite the 30-degree angle multiplied by radical 3. So this should be 2 radical 2 times radical 3. And again, going back to what we already know, when we multiply radicals, as long as the indices are the same, you can multiply the radicands in them. So that means that this side really comes out to 2 radical 6. On the other hand, let's say that they tell you that you have a 30, 60, 90 triangle and they give you one side length. If you have one side length, that's all you need to figure out the other sides because, again, you have the triangle relationships. If you know the small side, then you can get the big side. If you have the small side, you can get the side opposite the 60-degree angle, right? It's just a matter of knowing how to convert, figuring out what this small side would be. So let's say we know that this is, let's say 6. So this side over here, opposite the 60-degree angle, is 6. Well, this is supposed to represent the x times the radical 3. So that means that if I divide by radical 3 on both sides and rationalize it, that means I would have 2 root 3 as my x value. So automatically, once I know that, I can say that this should be 2 root 3 over here, which means this over here should turn into 4 root 3. Bing, bing, boom, done. That's all you had to do. It's just a matter of knowing and recognizing that you have the pattern so you can use it. Hope it helps.